A sudden jolt in the night, a pain so sharp it pulls you from sleep, clutching your leg, unable to move. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Leg cramps are one of the most common and preventable sources of pain for people over 60. You may have heard that this is just a part of aging, that it's something you simply have to live with. But as a doctor, let me tell you, that's not the truth. You don't have to suffer through nightly cramps, restless legs, or achy steps. Often the answer isn't in a pill bottle, it's right on your plate. Today, I'll walk you through 3 specific foods that every senior should consider adding to their daily routine. These are not trendy superfoods or expensive supplements. They're time-tested, affordable, and supported by modern medical science for their role in preventing muscle cramps and restoring strength to aging legs. Each food we'll discuss targets a different cause of leg cramps: electrolyte imbalances, nerve irritation, and poor circulation. When you know what your body needs, you can begin to take back control, one bite at a time. So before we begin, if you're someone who values your health, your strength, and your independence as you age, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. I promise to keep bringing you clear, practical, and compassionate advice to support your healthiest years. Let's now look at the top 3 foods that can change your nights and your legs for the better. First, the banana potassium that soothes muscles. You may not realize it, but one of the most powerful tools for reducing leg cramps might already be sitting on your kitchen counter. It's not a pill, it's not a special supplement, it's a fruit you've seen 1,000 times. The banana. Simple? Yes. But behind that soft yellow peel is a nutrient that your muscles desperately need, especially as you age, and that nutrient is potassium. Why does potassium matter to seniors? You see, your muscles don't just move on command. Every time you take a step, stand from a chair, or stretch your legs, your muscles contract and relax in perfect harmony. That coordination is powered by electrolytes, particularly potassium, calcium, magnesium, and sodium. These minerals act like the electricity in your wiring. They make sure signals get from your brain to your muscles and back again. But when potassium is low, due to dehydration, medication side effects, or simply poor diet, your muscles can misfire. Instead of relaxing, they tighten. Instead of calming down, they spasm. That's what causes leg cramps, an electrical miscommunication in your body's wiring system. Potassium is especially important for people over 60. As you age, your kidneys become less efficient at regulating electrolytes. If you're on diuretics for blood pressure, if you sweat more during the summer, or if you've cut out fruits and vegetables due to digestive issues, you may be unknowingly starving your muscles of this essential mineral. And here's the truth most people miss. Low potassium doesn't just cause leg cramps. It can also lead to weakness, fatigue, constipation, even irregular heartbeats. That's how important this single nutrient is. The banana advantage. So why bananas? Bananas are a natural powerhouse of potassium. One medium-sized banana contains about 400 to 450 milligrams. That's about 10% of the daily recommended intake for adults. But here's what makes bananas even more valuable. Easily digestible. Even for seniors with sensitive stomachs, contains vitamin B6, which helps support nerve function. Source of natural sugar, which provides gentle energy, especially if eaten in the morning or before a walk. Contains fiber, which helps regulate digestion, another benefit for seniors. What sets bananas apart is their perfect blend of simplicity and effectiveness. No cooking, no preparation, no side effects, just peel and eat. Let me give you an example, a real story, Mr. Arnold's morning routine. I had a patient named Mr. Arnold, 72 years old. He was retired, lived alone, and had recently started experiencing nightly cramps that woke him from sleep. He tried stretching, massaging, even warm baths, but nothing helped long-term. When we reviewed his diet, I noticed he wasn't eating many fruits. In fact, he said he hadn't touched a banana in over a year. I suggested he add 1 banana in the morning and 1 with dinner, combined with a little more water during the day. Within a week, the nighttime cramps that had plagued him for months disappeared. He didn't take a new medication, he didn't visit a specialist, he just gave his muscles what they needed, potassium, and his body responded. how potassium works in your body. To understand how this works, let's go a little deeper into the science. When your muscles contract, potassium is pushed out of the muscle cells, and calcium is pulled in. For relaxation to occur, potassium needs to flow back into the muscle, helping restore the proper electrical charge inside the cell. If potassium is low, this process stalls. The muscle stays tight or twitches unexpectedly. That's why a potassium-rich diet doesn't just reduce cramps, it improves overall muscle control. You walk more confidently, move with better coordination, and recover faster after activity. It's not magic, it's simply restoring the body's natural rhythm. What science says. The research backs this up. A 2014 study published in the Journal of Clinical Neurology found that individuals with frequent muscle cramps had significantly lower potassium and magnesium levels than those without cramps. Another study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition emphasized that potassium helps counteract the sodium load in processed foods, helping with not only cramps but also blood pressure and fluid balance. And it's not just potassium. Bananas also contain magnesium, vitamin C, and even small amounts of tryptophan, which supports serotonin production. That's why many people feel more relaxed and calm after eating one. What time to eat bananas for maximum benefit? Timing matters. I recommend the following schedule. Morning banana provides energy and baseline potassium for the day. Evening banana, 1 to 2 hours before bed, helps calm muscles and prevent nighttime cramps. If you're taking medications that affect your potassium levels, like diuretics or certain heart drugs, consult your doctor before making big changes. But for most people, adding a banana or two per day is not just safe, it's healing. Alternative options for potassium. Not a fan of bananas? No problem. Here are some alternatives that are just as rich in potassium. Avocados, excellent for both potassium and healthy fats. Sweet potatoes, more on that in section 3. Coconut water, a great way to rehydrate with electrolytes. White beans, just 1 cup can offer over 1,000 milligrams of potassium. But among all these, bananas remain one of the most accessible and effective tools in your anti-cramp arsenal. Doctor's tip: combine with hydration. Bananas work best when you're hydrated. Potassium and water go hand in hand. If you're not drinking enough fluids, even high potassium foods won't be fully absorbed or utilized. So, with your banana, drink 1 glass of water. Just that habit can dramatically improve how your body absorbs the mineral. Let's clear up a few common misunderstandings. Myth: bananas cause weight gain. Truth: 1 banana contains around 100 to 120 calories. It's a healthy, moderate snack, not a fattening food. Myth: bananas are too sugary. Truth: while bananas contain natural sugars, they come with fiber and nutrients, which make the sugar slower to absorb, unlike processed sweets. Myth: cramps are just a sign of old age. Truth: cramps are often a sign of nutrient imbalance or dehydration, not just aging. Imagine this. You've just had dinner, washed your dishes, and you're winding down for the night. Instead of bracing yourself for that cramp that wakes you at 3 a.m., you sleep soundly. No jerking pain, no stretching in the dark, just peace. That peace can begin with something as simple as a banana. Let me tell you, small changes create big differences. And for seniors, leg cramps are not a life sentence. They're a signal that your body needs help. And food, real food, is one of the most loving ways you can respond. So the next time you shop for groceries, skip the soda and grab a banana instead. Your legs will thank you. Spinach magnesium to calm nerves and muscles. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, your calf suddenly seizing like a tightened rope? You reach down trying to massage the pain away, but the more you move, the tighter it gets. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And here's a surprising truth. Your cramping might not be about age at all. It might be about magnesium. And where can you find one of the most powerful natural sources of magnesium? Right in your kitchen, spinach. Yes, that green leafy vegetable your grandmother probably steamed every Sunday. The same one you may have ignored on your dinner plate when you were younger. Well, it turns out Grandma was right. Spinach isn't just good for you, it's a game changer when it comes to preventing muscle cramps. especially for seniors like yourself. Why magnesium matters for leg health. Magnesium is often called the relaxation mineral for a reason. Your muscles need it to contract and relax properly. Without enough magnesium, nerves become overly excited and send chaotic signals to your muscles, causing them to spasm and cramp, especially in your legs where circulation may already be sluggish as you age. After 60, your body becomes less efficient at absorbing magnesium from food while also losing more through urine, especially if you take certain medications like diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, or antibiotics. Add to that a diet low in magnesium-rich foods and suddenly your legs become ticking time bombs of tension. But spinach? It's one of nature's richest sources of magnesium, and it's surprisingly easy to incorporate into your daily routine. How much magnesium does spinach provide? Let's talk numbers. 1 cup of cooked spinach gives you about 150 milligrams of magnesium, which is nearly 40% of the daily recommended intake for older adults. That's a massive contribution from a single, humble vegetable. And here's the kicker, spinach is also packed with potassium, calcium, iron, vitamin K, crucial for preventing fractures. It's like nature put together a muscle support package and wrapped it in green. The science behind spinach and cramp relief. A 2013 study in the Journal of Pain Research found that older adults with chronic leg cramps had significantly lower levels of magnesium than those without cramps. Supplementing with magnesium, either through diet or supplements, showed reduced cramp frequency in as little as 4 weeks. But supplements aren't always well absorbed, and they can cause gastrointestinal side effects like diarrhea. That's why food-based sources like spinach are often preferred, especially for seniors with sensitive digestive systems. Spinach also contains nitrates, which help improve blood flow. Better circulation in your legs means better oxygen and nutrient delivery to your muscles, further reducing the risk of cramps. A real example: how Mrs. Helen regained her peaceful nights. Let me tell you about Helen. She's 74, loves quilting, and dreaded bedtime because of leg cramps that felt like lightning strikes down her calves. She'd tried potassium supplements, massage tools, even sleeping with a pillow under her knees. Nothing helped consistently. When I asked about her diet, she admitted she rarely ate greens. She found them bitter and unappetizing. I suggested one simple change: a spinach smoothie in the afternoon with banana and almond milk. Not only did she start sleeping better, but within 2 weeks, she said, "I haven't had a cramp in days." For the first time in months, she woke up without that sharp pain haunting her dreams. Her muscle spasms didn't need a miracle, they needed magnesium. Easy ways to eat spinach daily. One of the best things about spinach is its versatility. You don't need to eat it plain or suffer through steamed leaves. Try these ideas. Spinach smoothie. Blend spinach with banana, almond milk, and a spoon of nut butter. Sautéed spinach. Cook lightly with garlic and olive oil for a dinner side. Spinach omelet. Add to scrambled eggs for a magnesium-packed breakfast. Spinach salad. Mix with strawberries and walnuts for a sweet twist. If you can add just half a cup to 1 cup daily, you'll be making a meaningful difference in your magnesium levels. Doctors tip pair spinach with vitamin C. To maximize magnesium and iron absorption, combine spinach with vitamin C-rich foods like bell peppers, lemon juice, or citrus fruits. A spinach salad with orange slices? That's a leg-saving meal in disguise. Myths about spinach. Myth: spinach is high in oxalates, so it's bad for kidneys. Truth: yes, spinach contains oxalates, but unless you have a history of calcium oxalate kidney stones, moderate amounts are perfectly safe. Myth: it tastes bad. Truth: spinach is one of the easiest greens to hide in soups, smoothies, and scrambled eggs. Try baby spinach, milder and more tender. Myth: I need a supplement instead. Truth: most seniors get better magnesium absorption from food than pills, especially when digestion slows with age. More than just a meal, spinach isn't just a vegetable, it's a form of self-respect. When you choose to nourish your body with something that heals instead of harms, you're saying to yourself, I am still worthy of strength. I am still building a future worth living. You might have felt like giving up, thinking cramps are just your new normal, but they don't have to be. This one simple food, eaten regularly, could be your bridge back to restful sleep, confident steps, and comfort in your own skin. So when you stand at the produce aisle and look at the greens, remember Helen. Remember your own strength. Reach for the spinach, not because you should, but because you deserve to feel well. Sweet potatoes balanced electrolytes for all-day strength. You might be surprised to hear this, but one of the most powerful remedies for leg cramps is something sweet, soft, and orange. It doesn't come in a bottle or a pill. It comes from the ground, and it's called the sweet potato. Yes, the humble sweet potato might just be one of the most overlooked superfoods for seniors. Why? Because it holds the perfect balance of potassium, magnesium, calcium, and hydrating fiber. The exact combination your muscles crave when they're tired, tense, and prone to cramping. Why sweet potatoes are a cramp-fighting champion. Leg cramps often result from electrolyte imbalances, those vital minerals that help muscles contract and relax in rhythm. When you're low on potassium or magnesium, muscles misfire. When you're dehydrated or calcium deficient, they lock up. Sweet potatoes provide all these minerals naturally and gently, without straining your kidneys or digestion. Here's what just one medium-baked sweet potato offers. Potassium, over 540 milligrams, which is more than a banana. Magnesium, about 30 milligrams. Calcium, around 40 milligrams. And fiber, over 4 grams, keeping your digestion and hydration in check. This means sweet potatoes help stabilize your blood pressure, muscle tone, and hydration status all at once. 3 things that start to drift after the age of 60. A scientific look at sweet potatoes and muscle health. In a 2021 review published in Nutrients, researchers found that diets rich in potassium and magnesium-rich vegetables, especially root vegetables like sweet potatoes, were associated with a reduced frequency of nocturnal leg cramps in older adults. Another study in clinical interventions in aging emphasized that dehydration and low fiber were underappreciated causes of muscle dysfunction. Sweet potatoes tackle both, hydrating your body through their high water content and supporting regular elimination, which helps your body retain essential electrolytes longer. So in simple terms, a baked sweet potato may keep your legs from waking you up screaming at 3 a.m. The story of Mr. Thomas and his midday meal. Let me share a story. Mr. Thomas is 68, a retired teacher who volunteers at his church. Every afternoon he experienced a cramping pull in his thighs while walking to the bus stop. He tried stretching, massage, even soaking in Epsom salt baths. Nothing helped consistently. When I asked about his diet, he said lunch was often a sandwich and coffee, quick, salty, low in fiber and minerals. I suggested he replace that with a warm bowl of mashed sweet potatoes, topped with a bit of olive oil and cinnamon. 2 weeks later, he emailed me, "Doc, I had my first cramp-free afternoon walk in months. One change, one route, one renewed man." How to add sweet potatoes to your diet? You don't have to eat sweet potatoes plain or bland. Here are delicious, leg-loving ways to enjoy them. Roasted cut into cubes, toss with olive oil and rosemary, bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Mashed, mix with Greek yogurt and nutmeg for a creamy, protein-rich side. Baked chips, thin sliced, lightly salted, and oven crisped. Sweet potato soup, blend with carrots, garlic, and broth for a silky warm dish. Breakfast hash, combine with eggs and spinach for a complete anti-cramp meal. And guess what? Sweet potatoes are gentle on blood sugar thanks to their fiber content, so they're diabetes-friendly when eaten in moderation. Doctor's tip. Add a fat source. Vitamins A and E in sweet potatoes are fat-soluble, meaning they're best absorbed when eaten with a bit of healthy fat. Drizzle with olive oil, add some avocado on the side, or enjoy with a boiled egg. Beware of these mistakes. Don't peel them all the time. The skin contains extra fiber and potassium. Avoid canned versions with syrup. They spike your blood sugar and strip out minerals. Don't oversalt. Too much sodium can undo the potassium balance you're aiming for. Emotional reminder, you deserve strength at every age. Let's be honest, it's easy to feel discouraged when your legs don't carry you the way they used to. Every step can become a negotiation between pain and pride. But sweet potatoes remind us of a powerful truth: healing doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes it's as simple as switching your lunch. You're not just feeding your body, you're honoring it. Every bite is a step toward restored strength. A cramp-free afternoon, a steady walk to the mailbox, a confident step into Sunday service. That's what you deserve. Let this be your declaration. I do not settle for pain as my norm. I nourish my body with what it needs to stand tall, move freely, and live fully. You don't need to fight age, you need to fuel your future. Conclusion: your new leg routine starts on your plate. Let's recap what your legs have told you today. They need potassium, eat bananas. They need magnesium, choose spinach. They need balanced electrolytes, roast sweet potatoes. This isn't a diet, it's a restoration, a renewal. A small intentional shift in what you eat that turns into a big change in how you move, how you sleep, and how you feel. Every time you lift a fork with these foods, you're telling your legs, I hear you, I'm with you, we're healing this, together. You're never too old to feel strong again. So like this video, share it with someone who needs the encouragement, and subscribe for more senior-centered health advice. Because your journey is not behind you, it's still unfolding. And your next steps? They start with what's on your plate.